Welcome to Shattered Ships, brought to you by Fandom Encounters. This is your DM Matt, guiding you on your pirate adventure through the seas of Corsair. Join our party, the Human Fey Wanderer Ranger Tesha Gwyn, played by Bobby, the Sea Elf Pirate Kensei Monk Trigger, played by Seth, and the Owlin Swords Bard, played by Alan, as they do their best to navigate this new world and find their place in it. In Corsair, where piracy is freedom, and freedom is dangerous. As last week, our pirates were able to delve into some mysteries and connections to other points within Corsair itself. Not only that, they were able to garner some magical abilities, this magical item. They have a charged Twilight Amulet, which has been added to all three of your inventories as like a magic item. It has like a one, has a slot, has a thing, so you can use it once for long rest. Because with their connection to these keepers who've offered them challenges, our pirates can rely on healing themselves and each other just a little more reliably. With that mystery kind of tied up nice and neat, they also located Lester Moore's arcane tome. Some of it is intact, some of it is not, and just the act of reading it is a challenge. But they were able to decipher some of it in the hopes that he will help them with their missions moving forward, both personal and with the curse breakers. In the realm of curse breaking, they met with Gilda, and a letter was delivered upon them waking up in the morning after a successful long rest, giving him a heads up that there is Veritas expected at the Fur, Hair, and Scales boutique. And that is where we pick up with our party. Having woken up, Bastion presented you all with his note, unsure of the immediacy or how important it is to you all, but wanted you all to be aware of this information. I'll say Bastion, Lester, and Europa. Goes in high L, she's up right here.
Oh, I was like, what female voice just sneezed?
We have a guest star tonight.
The look of confusion on everyone's faces.
I was like, we love you all.
So I had to explain what that was.
It so perfectly in the silence, it sounded like a drum fill. Like it was like,
but yes, so the House of Violets is awake. Europa, Lester, and Bastion kind of settling into their day. You see Europa has like a few books under her arm as she walks down for breakfast, joining you all. I should say even Europa was probably helping Lester down the stairs to make sure he's okay, and making sure that he is like up and at him and make sure he remembers to eat breakfast. Settling into some duties around the House of Violets, seemingly appreciative of the room and board in a much more comfortable area than the prison below your house. But that is where our party is. With this note here on the table, thanks to Bastion, what's going through our party's minds?
If Kachi comes down, who finds the note? Does anyone want to take responsibility for finding the note? Because I feel like it'd be a thing for me to like have a cup of coffee, go outside, stretch my feathers, and then be like, fucking hell. Another fucking note. Another goddamn.
I mean, on the off chance that I mean, it's not unlikely that I'm awake first.
Yeah.
I think we decided that you were so hyper from having hot chocolate.
Oh, right. I actually slept a normal amount of time with everybody.
To go to sleep, and then you woke up with everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's probably for the best, because if I find it, means nothing.
All right. Kachi's getting the note, put it on the table. I'll deal with that later. It's the morning time. I'm not dying again before 10 a.m. I think Kachi is thumbing back through Lester's book kind of contemplating, what Loam said about this task to win a fight with my words, and seeing if there is potentially a spell that I could learn to assist with that. Something that, like, while I might not know, that I would be able to hear of, or like an extra bard spell in any case. And just being like, I know that there was like some other Owlin who could like better persuade people because of like the way that they talked. And like, you would hear like, other merchants coming through who are able to like better persuade others. So I think for him, for this morning, he's just got his own cup of coffee and really just going through.
Nice. Just
trying to scrap together a bagel.
Checking things through, keeping an eye out for anything that could be potentially helpful, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say with that, if you'd like to, as you're flipping through this book, to do like the Arcana check for the day to try to learn a spell on the first spell of the day for Lester's book, go ahead and give me that Arcana check.
Cool.
And keep me honest. If you're without knowing the specific spell you're looking for, I believe DC was harder if it was disadvantage.
I think it was disadvantage.
Okay,
disadvantage sounds right.
And then go ahead and give it to me with disadvantage.
Cool. Oh shit. Okay, even with disadvantage, that is a dirty 20.
Wow.
That was a 15 and an 18, folks.
Ooh.
Good start.
Nice. Sleepily, as you flip through these pages, you're just kind of like, okay, one by one, what is happening here? So as an exploratory search on this text, I'll throw out some spells that you notice. Because you weren't looking for something specific, you're not necessarily going to like rewrite them into Lester's text. I have Lester's card that he knows right here. He knows Magic Missile, find familiar. The page for locate object has been torn out.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're flipping through, you see like early on, there's a spell, like you see like the Friends cantrip that's like has potential for this kind of thing. Good for like wheeling and dealing, like low consequence kind of ideas. But you also see spells like glibness, charm person. These things being potential spells that you could then, that Lester could learn and potentially throw your way, or something along those lines.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that'll take a minute. So if someone else wants to fill in what they want, I'll be like, friends, could do, small, but like glibness. That sounds interesting. Charm person,
actually,
I could just like charm.
Let me double check one thing, because because your armor is gifted by Lester. I'll actually give you all of the level 1 spells that kind of fit what you're looking for, because any of them Lester could potentially, like, if he learns it, could load it into your armor essentially.
Yo,
you're gonna have a familiar.
That would be cute. A little. What would I get as an owl? Would I get a tinier owl?
So with this idea of like what can help me like persuade people or charm people, you find charm person. You find comprehend languages as a way to kind of relate to people who are different from you. This idea of distort value as this kind of like swindly kind of approach to this wheeling and dealing idea that you're kind of have in mind. With that may... I'd say you see Tensor's floating disc as well. It's this ability to kind of create your own cart to carry your goods around. And that's about what you find with this. There's like first level spells. You see all of those as like, oh, if Lester learns any of these, he could put it in your armor and that could help me. It's like you're kind of like thinking of this approach.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else seems powerful for Lester, but it doesn't help you specifically because like you wouldn't be able to. It's like a wizard spell book. You can't quite.
Yeah, I can't just be like, oh, I see how you do this, so I can do that now.
I did the motions.
Cool.
If you want into multi-class, that's fine.
Solid.
So your research proves all of those first level spells that
Cool.
Lester could potentially learn and help you with. Is
Cool.
anyone else planning on anything this morning? As you come down, you see Kachi poring over Lester's book.
No, I just in the way that like a kid looks up to their parent at the table who's reading the newspaper, I see Kachi like reading, and so I like take the note that he's put over to the side and I like try really hard to look at it. And I get very bored very quickly. So I probably turn it over and I start drawing on the back of it.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna try and draw like as flattering of a Kachi picture as I can.
Incredible. As you go ahead and do that, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Alrighty. That's a 21.
Not a bad depiction of Kachi as a tiny little owl. You're mostly drawing the robes that he often wears, with like a little beak inside.
Yeah, I think I really focus on like he has like a really furrowed brow right now as he's reading. Like he has his concentrated eyes, he's like flipping through, and so you just see this very heavy, dark, almost caricature-esque brow over him, which I like to think is artful. Yeah.
Hey, what you got there, champ? What you doing?
No, I'm just. Hey, no, don't move. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
What's that?
Are we?
I'm
I'm at the top of the stairs, very dramatic.
I don't know.
In a robe, I hope.
Yes. Your moss poncho is just the robe.
Yeah.
I was drawing a picture of Kachi, and I show you my picture, which also happens to have the note on the back of it.
Europa leans over. No, you gotta draw his swords.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do I look that angry?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hold on.
No, wait. No, it's not really. It's just kind of like an energy.
Try to look angry, isn't that?
Yeah, it's the owl eyes. They're like just shiny.
I wouldn't say you look angry. I think you just kind of look world tired.
World tired.
It's like you're
Yeah,
small,
like-
you're small and you're cute, but you also kind of seem annoyed by that.
Yeah, you're world tired. You're like,
Okay.
all of this too much.
What kind of tired do I look?
You look like the world is tired of you.
Oh damn!
It's
Shit!
it's kind of like they've just kind of taken a lot out of you.
Europa's like, damn, Trigger.
Oh, sorry. Oh, was that? No, I'm sorry. You want me to draw you? I can draw you how I see you.
I don't.
I
would
come up with a cup of
grab-
coffee for Tesha. Like you're gonna need
No,
this.
I would like pull like a full like because I think we're gonna go into Veritas territory. I want to look at the page that was ripped out because this is preventing me from getting literally probably honestly nothing. But I want to open that package, and I can't until we have a locate object spell. And so can I look at the page that was torn out and see if there's any clues there? Like, was the page perforated and folded before it was ripped to make sure that they got this spell, or does it look like hastily torn?
Ooh, okay.
I'm going full like I am a researcher. I am an
Nice.
investigator.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
You sit down next to Kachi and take a look at Lester's spellbook. Go ahead and give me, let's call this an investigation check.
Can I hey, don't lose my spot. And I like preen and I put like a little feather, and then can I give Tesha the help action? Just be
Absolutely.
Like, no, don't. If you're gonna look, don't get me my spots right there.
Oh, thank you for your help. 19.
Nice.
Excellent. You look and you see this page. It's been torn unevenly. Even say like doesn't seem to have a lot of pre-planning. And as like you're flipping through, you probably also notice that there are with a 19. You notice other divination spells are missing. Things like locate person. You can't you're not seeing that one. But they've all been torn out haphazardly. all seemingly at like the same time. Like it's not like it was torn over and then like worn smooth in the parchment. It seems like potentially whoever stole a bunch of stuff from Lester didn't want him to be able to find them.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. That makes me feel better, actually. What's the note say?
Yeah, I'll go through it.
Yeah.
You take it out of my
over.
hand as I'm adding a sword right into it. I'm like,
you grab it, and it just makes like a super long sword, like.
Oh, actually, that's pretty cool.
Sephiroth's sword being held by Kachi. You see the note, Veritas, expected at Fur, Hair, and Scale Boutique, signed Lance Evenstride.
Have we heard about that place in town before?
Could you give me a history check from everyone to see if it rings any bells?
14.
18.
With 17, another dirty 20.
Nice. I'd say it's a fairly even check. You guys remember walking past it. It's closer towards the docks. Probably like a street or two away from the docks, and not quite as like as nice of an area. It's not as close to like Gilda's Keep as even like Doubt's shop was. But you guys can kind of pinpoint kind of whereabouts it is.
It's right next to where we got the really greasy kebabs. That's right. Those were probably the best ones, though. Yeah, they're probably pretty good.
I mean, that's a good area. You know, if you're trying to get a kebab, but you're also trying to get your nails done.
Right, because like if your fingers are already like gross, like you might as well get them touched up.
True.
What's the plan, Captain?
We're taking it easy for the morning. We'll go over there. Europa, how are you? Are you settling in? Are you doing all right? Back to the mainland?
Yes. Bastion shared access to the library. There's a lot of books on navigation and herbs and all that kind of stuff. So focus has been refreshing my memory on the navigation, and I kind of looks to Trigger, so I can be your navigator. I'd love to be able to help out, heal anybody I can. So I've been trying to focus on some of the books that Violet had, the chick who used to live here. It's been helpful for trying to learn some of that. So that's what I've been kind of focused on,
Yeah, of course. Do you wanna come with us today, or do you wanna?
Yeah. Do you want to get a makeover?
I would love to get my braids done up and them retwisted. Something awful. I've been in prison for a while. I'd love to come.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool.
Party. Should we invite Lester, or like it's too much he stay?
I think we let Lester. He's been through a lot for the last few days. I think
You're right.
Let him take an easy one at home.
The salon is where we draw the line.
We should also
too much.
Let the salon be free from Lester.
Okay, but I do think we kind of need a game plan, right? Like we can't just go in there and be like, "Hey, trying to get it." I don't even know. What do you get at a salon normally?
Well,
you're gonna get scrubbed. I'm
yes.
I'm gonna get
scale. You get your scale scrubbed. If you have a good scale scrub, get some sea salt in there.
I'm sorry. Is a salon like a form of torture? What is this place?
No, it makes you feel nice. Like you get your hair clean.
I don't really have hair. It's kind of like it's a little.
Could get trimmed.
They're like claws, really, and like webbed feet. Yeah.
We can get your claws sharpened.
Really?
That's true.
Maybe.
And painted.
Actually,
like
Europa's still part wolf. Like she's got long claws too. Yeah, Trigger. Maybe they'll do a two for one.
Oh,
you think
they
like
a 3 deal? I got my little clown.
Talent.
Awesome. You want it on your toes too? You get little toe claws.
Yeah, I mean, I do tend to find that my toe claws. I never really called them.
They get ingrown so fast.
Yeah, and plus I like to use them to grip stuff when I'm climbing, so it'd be cool if they were a little sharper.
There you go. All right. See, we got game plan. All right.
You're gonna ask for a Manny and a Petty.
Not people. It's a service.
I was like, I need a male nanny? What? Okay. Well, that's what you guys are, really, kind of. Except those are for kids, and I'm not one. Never mind. All right, let's go.
Hold on. Let me finish my coffee.
Oh, okay.
Then we'll go. We gotta let Lester know where we're going.
Also, should we spread out when we go?
Probably.
Maybe some disguises?
I don't know if disguises will help because they'll touch us, won't they?
Well, maybe you. Okay, what if you were like my mom or something, and you were like, "It's not for me, it's for him," and you bring me in, and like I'm getting done up, and nobody would suspect me because I'm fucking adorable. And yeah.
Okay, but Trigger, if one of us goes as your parent, you're gonna have to take up twice as much time. So we might have to ask them to really scrub you down and make sure that all that you like really get cleaned and done up well.
I don't understand. Is there something wrong with my scales?
No.
Do I like smell or something?
You got
This is how. Would you say? Do I have scales?
Do you have scales?
It's really the skin texture is a little unclear here. We're going for like a Luca vibe.
Yeah.
And I imagine that it's just
so maybe it's like Sea Elf Triton somewhere decent, like way back in your bloodline.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe I don't actually have scales, and I actually just have a horrible skin condition because I don't get bathed very often.
You actually don't have scales. That's just crusty salt that has been on you for so long.
When's the last time you've actually had
when you bend your knees,
water?
we hear it crack.
I went in fresh water when we went and got Europa. Does that count?
That's true. It was kind of like a bath.
That's kind of a bath.
And plus, all the guys on the pirate ship said that, they didn't say it, but you could tell when certain pirates would walk around, they would totally crinkle their nose because they smelled terrible. But when I walked around, they would wrinkle their nose a little bit less.
Okay. Wait, so you don't smell?
Yeah, you should have seen the pimple. The pimple had he smelled terrible.
Was he named the pimple because he had a big pimple?
Well, no. I think he's actually called the pimple because his dick got shot off, and that was what was all that was kind of left was just a little pimple.
Nub there.
Yeah, just a little pimple nub.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think they first started by calling him the Dimple, but that didn't work as well. Yeah.
Well, if it was a dimple, it'd be like.
Yeah, no. He had a great smile. He had a great smile, just no dick.
Who lies the best here? You good liar? You?
Yeah, I think that's probably Tesha.
All right. Do you want to go in with the blue scarf we have and just set up as a mole?
Is it like a meeting?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a meeting. It just says that they're gonna the suspected plot. So if they think they have backup, and then you turn on them.
Okay, I kind of like that.
You're gonna wear it just out in the open?
I think I'm gonna have it with me.
Okay.
And if I see them, I'm gonna approach them and be like, I want in.
And then I shoot them, right?
Well, no, we need to learn what they're up to. Because I kind of do want to know what's going on. So I think, Kachi, you have to take Drake.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go first, and I'm going to ask for a slow, I don't know. Actually, just kidding. I'll go later.
Yeah, well,
I would say Europa, do you want to go first? Because I feel like you actually want stuff done.
If there's gonna be a fight there, I'd hopefully they can get. I could I'll scope out the situation, get there first, do my full service.
Yeah. No, you do that, and I'll go last.
Yeah, you and me, Trigger, will go last. Let's go check out next door real quick. I just want to see.
Oh sure.
See what wares they got and see if they got anything new in recently.
Nice. I'm gonna go with you. I think maybe I'll just watch from outside for a bit and come in later.
I do think it's good if you probably are disguised though, because you're really good at disguises, but you've killed 2 members of Veritas now, and yeah.
You're so right. I'll pretend to be Scorch.
There you go.
Oh,
Badass.
okay.
Right? Or someone.
Yeah, sure. I mean, choose the person that Kachi hates more than anybody else in the world, but yeah.
Well, if I know that it's not Scorch, then
Yeah.
I like
Sure, let's go see the guy next door.
chug my coffee. All right, come on.
Which sound like isn't Scorch like Australian? Which I can't do that.
Try right now. Give it a go.
Scorch was Australian, right? No. Good day.
That was good. That was good.
Scorch was a Russian lizard folk.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, the reason I said Australian is because I was thinking Liz from Australian Survivor, and she's Russian.
Of course.
My parents.
What was that?
Australian by the way of Russia.
My parents.
In her intro package, which is the one thing oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so bad at this. I can't do this.
Gwen
What's something that sounds Russian? Russian?
Hey,
Just
better?
think of Katya.
Okay, I'll try.
But your dad just calls
Yeah,
me
it was me.
Scorch.
Scorch.
Scorch Zamolochnikovna.
I'll try really hard.
Gwen and Yoruba practice their accents on their walk to fur, hair, and scales. As I think you mentioned it last time, Kachi, you and Trigger, delaying your approach to the shop, stop by Akis Barley in his shop next door.
Bobby, did you mark down all of the gold that you have taken from me?
Yes, I did want to go to the store first though, because I want to do that, and then I'll change from on the walk. I'll turn into Scorch and
Nice. Misunderstood. So yeah, everyone can stop at Akis Barley's shop. You open the door, bell dings. It gives like it gives a beat, and then Akis comes like stumbling downstairs. Hello? We are open. Oh, hi neighbors.
Hello, neighbor. Oh, wow. Why did I go Australian there? Hey, neighbor.
Hello?
Wow. Bobby, this talking accent's got me fucked up.
Are we all just talking in weird voices?
I failed in college.
Are you all teasing me? It's not a very nice way to treat
No,
seagulls.
sorry. No, we were.
Yeah, we were never
That's
teaser.
That's alright, it'll just be 5 gold.
For what? To
for,
tease you?
for the insult.
You're a funny one. Gotta give it
it's on
to
the
you
It's on the
there.
sign in Dorvish. It's sort of the rules.
I read Dwarvish. Does it say
It
that?
does not say that. It
No, it
says
doesn't.
no public restroom.
It says you don't got a toilet.
Shit.
Yeah, so don't try to pull one
Don't
over
worry about the
unearthed.
5 gold, and you can use the restroom. How about that?
Incredible. Awesome. Well done. Ikis, neighbor to neighbor, we just wanted to come in. You see how your shop is doing. I absolutely try to case the place and see if, like, any of this looks like stolen papers. Are there spell sheets somewhere? Are there scrolls?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're casing the joint. And I'd say your friends can give you the help action if you'd like.
Yeah,
and I'll
I
roll
would like
to
to
see.
be in on that. Why am I not pretending to be this guy? We should do that. 'Cause if this guy takes the fall, who cares?
You could. You still could.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it matters. You can pretend to be.
I think it does.
Just-
Okay.
Don't pretend to be Chevalier.
Yes, but if this guy is connected to Veritas, they'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? You should be manning the store.
Oh, wait. What if that's a really good way to weed out some of its members, though?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I doubt Scorch is involved.
15.
15. You see some there's like books and things that like are also about like navigation and nature and romance. Things you've seen in the library inside the House of Violets. So you can probably presume that Aka stole them at some point. Beyond that, you do see like a glass case with like some vials inside. Like they're called empathetic poisons. There is like 3 locks on this wire cage of like it says luck blade. And you do see like a stack of like a drawer full of like sheets of paper, and as you leaf through them, it's very apparent to you that these are like divine spells. It seems like they're not from like a wizard's textbook. Like this is like, okay, sanctuary, sacred flame. These aren't things that Lester knew.
You know, Ickis, you know, you've got a wide range of eclectic ways going on. You know, where do you procure such things on an island?
I'm a world traveller. I've been to almost every part of the world. Born in Crust, and I crashed here. So, there's 2 places. And so when things wash up, and bring them here. Sometimes people stop by, sell things, trade things. If you, I know, I see you got some swords there. I got a fancy blade over there. Someone gave me.
Yeah, this luck blade. Yeah, can you tell me a little bit of what it does?
Yeah, it's all powerful. It slays dragons and gods and monsters.
Gods and monsters? Really? Gods and monsters? Yeah. All right, yeah.
Can I try to read him? Does he not... Is it not magical and he's lying about it? Or does he just not understand?
Give me an insight check.
I was already rolling if I could map for insight as well.
Absolutely.
There's a 13.
19.
Let's roll to see. Trigger. This sword kills dragons and monsters and gods. Gwyn, you pick up he doesn't really know what he's talking about. It seems like he's recalling information, not making things up. So, presumably, someone told him that this is what this sword did.
Kachi, I think we gotta get the sword.
We can get the sword. Yeah.
Oh, if you like the sword, we can do a trade. We can do some. If you want to trade some gold, of course. If you give me
trade gold.
Give me 2 swords for the 1 sword. This one's special. So if you got 2 swords that are normal, kind of special, they work.
Give him your swords.
No. How about I give you 2 gold for the sword, and we're gonna take the books that are definitely from our library.
Ooh,
and maybe I'll get in some of these
I remember my grandma sitting down to read me stories of...
Gilda won't like this.
Shit. We don't have. What do you say? All right. You can have the books.
I'll give you.
And you can have the sword for 2 gold. And for an extra 5 gold, I'll give you the keys to the locks that are keeping the sword in place.
I'll give you 5 gold with all of that. And some of these spells.
Those are spells? I mean...
Yeah, so 5 gold?
Gotcha.
And no one has to know where these things come from.
Nope.
And also, you invite me over for dinner.
As long as you tell us any interesting ways you might procure from time to time.
Because you'll buy them?
We'll have a meaningful relationship in terms of services and gold
All right.
transferred.
I think we can do that. 5 gold. Luck blade. Spells.
Keys.
Books. Key. They're not real locks.
All right. I'll put in a 6 gold. Just.
Well, then I'll wrap them for you. And just like piles everything into like. There's like a cape that he finds on the ground. Like a giant like bindle.
The cape is actually a very valuable rare item.
It's a cape.
Everything else is junk. It's the cape of the token of protection. Wow, we are doing a steal here. This is awesome.
No one said steal.
Oh,
No.
right.
Right. But
Winking is hard.
We'd love to have you over for dinner sometime.
We would.
All right.
We
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, we'll serve him dinner. Yeah. Who do we serve?
The truth.
I kind of look at him.
Dinner. Yeah. Okay.
Sounds good.
Thanks for your monster killing blade.
Of course.
We go back inside. We'll go back into the house and just like put everything out for a minute and be like, all right.
Do we think that's possible? Is it worth the spell slot?
Do we have 10 minutes? I mean, how long were we in there? Like
I
30?
think we have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I love.
All
we
right.
didn't get a timeline for when this meeting is. Like it could be tonight at midnight, or it could be right now.
I don't think it's now.
It's too early, right?
Who goes to a salon this early? I mean, come on.
You'd be surprised in Morales. Let me tell you, the salon is where it happened.
There's a whole lot.
Yeah, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll ritually cast Identify.
Nice. Yeah, you originally cast Identify. With that, you touch this sword that you guys have purchased. It is not the luck blade at all. As you're kind of passing your fingers over it with this illusionary kind of magic, is like harmonizing. It's almost making the sword vibrate, and like dirt and grime falls off, and it spells out unlucky blade.
Awesome.
Good to know.
And as you go to pick it back up, it almost feels like almost like a pool noodle, as it just like, and then it's like lagging behind the handle. It's like sword slash.
Oh.
Hey Tesha, can you just like have this drop in battle? See if some of the Veritas people take it.
Sure, yeah. I grab it.
Can it do that? That like
You turn upside down and go.
I loved that.
Sorry. Is Bastion? Bastion? You
yes, of course.
don't know. Oh, hey. We just re-procured some books in the library. I thought that you might want.
Much appreciated. I'll make sure they're filed away.
Lovely, and I'll tuck these spells into Les's journal.
Nice.
We'll get back to this. We're gonna head out, Bass. If Lester, if he asks, we're down by the docks. But I guess just
Cool.
keep him company if you can.
Of course, we've been doing some art therapy I read about, so he's been painting the trees outside. He's very good.
Amazing. I would never doubted that he was good at that.
You should show him my drawing of Kachi.
Oh, I'll be happy to.
Cool. Tell him I did it myself, which I did, but tell him I did it myself.
I'll be sure he knows the artist. Perhaps someday soon I could teach you to sign your work as a trigger.
Sign it with what?
So there's your name. If you sort of look over this way, those paintings in the hall, they were done by Violet. And in that corner, there's a sort of a stylized V, her family crest sort of thing. And so anyone who sees it would know automatically who was responsible for the art.
Whoa. I just thought they had like a really consistent arm spasm. That's awesome.
I suppose in some way letters are like very consistent arm spasms.
That was really deep. Okay.
All right. We don't want your head to get too hurting right after it. So let's go. Come on.
Okay.
Excellent. So the four of you head over, Europa in tow, with the plan for Europa to head in, Gwen to head in shortly after, and Kachi and Trigger to kind of grab kebabs and then head in with a little bit of a delayed start. As you guys are all headed over towards the salon, go ahead and give me some group perception checks just to see what you guys see out there.
Yes. I officially want to be Aegis, I think.
Nice. Yeah, you shift into Aegis Barley as you and Europa walk.
Oh, God.
16.
8.
7.
Wow. Trigger, you're the first to see some of your skateboarding friends shredding around the area by the kebab stand, their favorite place.
Hey, it's Steve Gnome.
Hey, what's up, Trigger?
Let's go. Oh, sorry, I have to go get scrubbed. I can't hang out.
Van Bugbear is like, yo, is that a code for like drugs or something? I want to get scrubbed.
Yeah? You guys want to get scrubbed later?
You all 3 should get scrubbed. You know, go to, if you find a spa in the city.
And we just ask for a scrub.
Ask for a scrub down.
I think we know a guy, so we'll put in a good word so you guys can get a discount for your scrubs.
Hell yeah. Give me a persuasion check with advantage, Trigger.
Neither of those are great. That's an 8.
What do they subtract from wisdom? I would say I think they still beat it by 1 realistically. You're fucking with us.
Oh, yeah, totally. Wait, are we not doing drugs? Okay, well, I mean, whatever you guys say, no to peer pressure. That's right. Live your own sailing adventure.
Oh, we won't go nowhere near the piers. You can't skate on them. Bumpy.
That is honestly probably very smart now that you said that. All right, peace out, guys.
Catch you, Trigger.
Trigger, they're way too old for you. Like, they, in terms of like maturity, you're on the same level as them. But you know, you see how they're like older.
Yeah, but like all my friends on the pirate ships were like old men.
Like, and like to be fair, they're like our age. Like,
I mean, no, you're not wrong. It's
wait,
just
I'm sorry. Did Europa just say that? did Europa, the person who lived underground for 100 years uninterrupted, just say that?
Yeah.
What is time here?
Oh, well, it's not like a here thing. It's just like a me thing. I'm cursed, so like, I'm stuck now.
Stuck in the present. Oh, I see.
I've been stuck before.
Wait.
No, God.
What?
What's that? What's our neighbor's name? I didn't catch it.
Aegis Barley.
Yeah, Aegis. We're going.
Gonna be 3 golds for forgetting my name.
And we're going to the salon together.
Right, we are. We need to get trimmed.
I don't know anybody in town anymore, and I'm worried that this will ruin my reputation.
You know, you can walk ahead of us if you want. Europa will.
But also, if you don't know anybody, then you don't.
Alone.
You don't even have a reputation if you don't know anybody.
I mean, but I don't want to like start. Like I'm starting off negative with Aegis Barley.
No, I wouldn't walk here.
All right. Yeah. Let's all split.
I'll go ahead.
Let's all split off.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Everyone whistles and walks in different directions. But as you guys approach,
what are you Cockney?
Are you saying I don't sound like him? I feel like in here, you know, it's
the same. As you all approach the like square that you remember seeing this salon on, you remember instantly why this place stuck out to you, because in the kind of area where it is located, the shop stands as a bold contrast to the surrounding businesses. Other shops have embraced a certain windswept neutral color palette. This close to the docks, as like salty sea air and stuff kind of like breaks down any paint that's been put out there. This place shrieks a cuteness overload. The exterior of the place is like a pastel blue with lavender details. There's succulents that fill every crack and crevice around the windows. And there's like a swirling text on the sign that's almost too much to read, as it just like doubles back on itself 1,000 times, spelling out fur, hair, and scales. As you step kind of into the shop area, you hear a bubbling noise coming from bamboo fountains inside this establishment, a beacon of calm, and an otherwise rather mundane square of this town. There's a menu kind of listed on one side of the door with like a list of like styling and like self-care services. On the other side of the door, seemingly it is both a salon and something of a tea shop. The special of the day being Pres-Tea-Digitation, as there's like a sign currently being flipped outside the salon as this sort of tall, very like slender snake-like woman is flipping the sign from closed to open.
Okay. Oh wow, they are opening now. Oh wow, we got here so early.
Do you think we need an appointment?
I'll go find out.
Cool.
Europa, he has like scope it out as like Europa walks up and like you see like Europa kind of raise their hand up and start talking to this snake woman. Like puts like an enchanté hand kind of out with like just like an arm full of bracelets, saying hello to Europa. Does kind of like their saleswoman pitch, kind of pointing at the services, and Europa kind of just like takes her hair wrap off, and the shopkeeper just goes kind of like and just puts a hand on her shoulder and just guides her inside.
Could you imagine being stuck underground for like 100 years and just having the social meter to be able to go up and talk to a stranger? Because I can, but I feel like you could not.
You know, if it was a case of like I had to do it, you know, then I have to do it. But like, I'm not just gonna go up and talk to somebody.
She's just so cool, you know?
I mean, absolutely.
Sorry, Coral.
Yeah, you know, keep it up. It'll catch one day.
It's fine. Learning new things is hard.
Did the Pestle and Blueberry Bob get into it on the ship? Those were some pirate names, right? You told me those.
Those are not names of pirates. Why would a pirate ever be named Blueberry? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Okay, what was his name then?
We don't have anybody named Blueberry Bob.
There has to be someone named Bob.
Okay, fine. Let me go through the entire list of pirates.
Bombardier Bob.
Are you talking about Jim Jeffers?
Sure.
Because that's a pirate name. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, okay. And he's not even from like around here. He's like far away. There's Pasty Jean, Charlotte the Harlot, Hash and the Hacker, Frida Five Fingers, Old Lefty, but he's dead. Thrash Bandercooch, Ipsum Draft, Rinks of the Raft, Shithead Sheffield, The Altruist, Gemma Cutcurse, The Pimple.
Oh, I remember that one you said this morning. That was one that I was thinking of.
Three-Eyed Pete, Jeff,
Three Eyes,
Jiff, Joffrey, Jeffrey, Drogma the Dwarf, who's a tiefling, Bavs, Three-Legged Lindros, because he has a big dick. Any of those?
Sure. Did any of those take up Coral? Did they like the word?
No, now that you mention it, I don't think so.
Damn, you know. Just saying, Trigger. Bad crew. Bad crew.
Bad crew. Bad crew.
You know what they weren't? Coral.
Yeah. So do we just wait out here forever, or what do we do?
Yeah, I don't know if they got other shopkeepers. Give it. Let's walk around the block. Give it like.
I was gonna say, you see me like. Like walking around the back alley as you have a conversation.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Right, you are you using disguise self?
Yes, disguise self.
But you can only disguise self with.
Know what we're gonna do.
Right, like you can only disguise self within like a foot of your height, right?
Yes.
And isn't he
little?
He's very little, right?
He's very little.
So.
How little is
he's like a dwarf. I feel like Gwyn is fairly malnourished to the point where even if Akis is a couple inches taller,
I'm
close
mid-height
to Gwyn.
5, so it could be mid-height 4s, and that's pretty
okay. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm just imagining this awkward gait of like doesn't know how to.
You're like that chipmunk Pluto. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
It's a little too jaunty. It's just too jaunty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't see Ickis, really putting his elbows up like that at those angles.
Oh, maybe we need to sell it though. We need to. Good morning, Akis.
Yeah,
Neighbor,
aren't you sounding lovely today?
can you do this as I speak?
Gonna tune it in. But even as you guys stand here and watch, you see several people kind of go into the shop and duck back out. It's people walking in and coming out quickly, kind of like have cups of tea. While some people go in and like stay for a while. There's like tables and stuff inside that you guys can kind of see through the windows, kind of just like keeping an eye on the place.
I feel like there's probably a wait. It's probably okay for us to go in now and just kind of like twiddle our thumbs,
that the Pres-Tea-Digitation sounds really good. I think Mike's trying to get that, and then let's go in. Let's try to get some tea. Have you had tea?
I think we might have a caffeine addiction.
Me? Caffeine addiction? No, please. Please. I'm not even on my third cup yet. When I get to 5, then we got a problem.
It's 10 in the morning.
Listen.
Listen.
I say, and then I walk away.
I can quit whenever I want. Okay, yeah, we go inside
happens. My head just hurts if I don't have my 6th cup of coffee.
And I take it out on my friends and family. Yeah, we go inside the shop.
Excellent. Yeah, inside the shop, it's even more like filled with plants and very just like cottagey vibes inside. There is a counter here where there is a like what looks to be a cat serving orders and pouring cups with their paws, just kind of pouring cups over, working a cash register as the shopkeep is kind of back. Stepping like into the shop, like kind of like the back and to the right is kind of like a salon chair or two. There appears to be like mirrors and scissors, but also like power tools and like a floor buffer going. It's like ready for any work that might need to be used there. The other side is kind of full of tables of people either waiting and kind of looking through magazines, and the shop here kind of with like orders and stuff here to go. There are a few people sitting at tables. There are still plenty that are open for if people are trying to use the table as a cover as well. I'd say there's probably 1 or 2 people waiting, maybe don't seem to be in a hurry waiting for like salon services as the shopkeep is like retwisting Europa's hair and kind of leans back and gives like a wave to all of you. There's like almost like strangely long limbs on such a small frame as they kind of give like a wave. It's like shock of like green kind of pixie cut hair pushed to the side. Every time they move their hands, it just jingles with all these bracelets. Oh, welcome to Fur, Hair, and Scales. Naomi, if you guys want some tea, don't worry, my little cat will get that for you. If you guys want to look nice, come back here and I'll get you hooked up as soon as I finish my new friend here.
When you say cat, is it a tabaxi or is that just like a cat?
Oh, no. That's just like a cat.
Oh, okay. Very good. Hello. Cat's name?
Cat, it's Whiskers.
Whiskers. Hi, Whiskers. Can I have, please, a Pres-Tea-Digitation?
The house special, yes. I will get that for you. And like this, like kind of like chubby cat, just like pushes over.
Who apparently moonlights as the narrator of SpongeBob SquarePants. 3 hours later, you get your tea.
Yeah, you got Pres-Tea-Digitation. That is special of the day. That is 5 silver.
Oh, thank you. Could we lump it together? My quartermaster here needs a claw sharpening.
I'm his son.
Of course, claw sharpening. I will get that for you. That is going to be that is with a service we get a free tea, so I lump that together like you knew it at the time.
Do I also get do I also get to have them nice and colored too?
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Any color you want. We'll sharpen them up, make them look nice. Look at mine. Heat, pepper.
Ah,
Cool. Also, I've been told I need scrubbed. Do you guys do that?
Deep cleaning. Not my favorite. I'm a cat. Cats don't do well with water, but Naomi has a room in the back that will sort of magically do it to you. Are you scared of water, or is it okay?
No, I actually really like water. It's just touch that I don't like.
Oh no, it's done sort of by a contraption, so no people are even there if you don't want.
Wow.
If you want the personal package, it can be like a bath massage, but that's extra. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I get kind of shy around people. I don't want to have to,
Me
do
too.
anything.
They always try to scratch me before I smell them.
I know, right? They're like, you're so coral, and I was like, I know, but please step away. I'm too much for you.
Yes, coral. No. So let's say it will be 5 gold for the nails in the salon, and if you both want a drink, I can do that for free of charge as part of the deal.
thank you, Whiskers. Good.
Of course.
Trigger, do you want a tea?
I don't know. What's tea taste like?
It tastes like herbs, very earthy.
Oh,
Little
no.
spark of magic. We also have other options. Little ones sometimes look like the zippy chocolate.
Do you have alcohol?
We do not have a liquor license, no.
What if it's like a BYOB? Can I smell?
Congratulations. If I did not say it, that did not happen.
Spelling is very new for him. It's okay. I'll take his other tea, and then maybe when we're done, Trigger, we can go get you something else somewhere else.
Alcohol?
Nope. All right, have fun.
Of course. Here you go. And Whiskers uses his like 2 paws to like pour the another drink for you. It's like sitting on the counter.
This cat is so fascinating.
Naomi, we have one for the touch lace bat and nail sharpen. Naomi, this tall Yanti, kind of finishes up with one of Europa's braids. I whisper something to her. Kind of comes over. Hello. Is the package for you, little fella?
Yeah.
Jagged.
Also, if you could refrain from calling me little fellow, it's a little insulting.
Oh, of course. Okay, what's your name then?
Trigger, because I shoot
Trigger,
things.
I'm Naomi. I can go ahead and get you set up with some of our hygiene chambers back there. Not to worry.
A private room?
Private room, Kachi. Not Kachi. Doesn't know your name. Would you want to wait out here with your tea? Do you want to take it back there? What you guys looking to do?
Trigger, I'm gonna let Trigger do his own thing. I'll be right here. Thank you so much, Naomi.
Okay.
I'm a growing adolescent. He understands that a parent needs to find distance.
We'll give you a solo chamber then. We got a group one that's booked later, so we'll just make sure that one stays reserved. You get the solo chamber here, and as soon as you get washed up, I'll take care of those nails for you. Got it?
Oh, well, group one. Do we need to be out of here by any time?
No.
First time in, I don't know if you got like a time slot, so
Oh no, we take walk-ins, no problem. It's atypical that someone books ahead, but they paid nice, so I let them book ahead, and they booked the room.
Fair enough. Just for Trigger, be sensitive around people. What time do you think they'd be coming in?
Of course. I think Whiskers, they said they were coming in. I wanted them to come in before the lunch rush, right? Before?
Right
before, so about 11:30. 11:30, that's right. So 11:30, so they can kind of get them situated before everyone starts coming in. I sometimes have to help Whiskers. You can't reach the high shelves.
Yeah. Of course. I can't. What are you gonna do? Can't fly.
I know. Not all of us are as lucky as you.
You got me.
Of course. If we go ahead, have a seat. I think there's tables around here, isn't there? Yeah. And don't worry, Trigger will be back and to the right, room number 2, in case you need anything.
Lovely, thank you. I got this. How big is the message? Was it 60 feet? 120 feet. Wow. I just messaged Trigger in his head. Like, don't freak out. I'm going to message you in your head. If you need anything or if anything happens, I'll let you know.
Okay. Do I have like a sign I should give you if I need you?
I think you'll be out from the back by then. But if you do, just ask Naomi. She'll be able to help. They'll be able to help. Sorry, Naomi. Pronouns?
Oh, she not picky about it though.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, she'll help you.
If I die in here, just know that I died smelling awesome. Okay.
Aye.
Thanks.
Naomi, like, kind of like, oh, follow me, Trigger. Leads you back, shows you the room, kind of like points to like a spot on the floor. So if you stay there, you kind of get the full effect of all this sort of magical. You chose the water option, right? You're okay with that?
So much water, please.
Perfect. So it'll come in like a steam room, loosen up some of that grime. It'll hit you with some water blast. It'll feel nice and warm, refreshing. If at any point you feel overwhelmed, just go ahead and step off that spot and it'll stop. You might notice some like steam and stuff. That's all part of it. But it can confuse people at first. So if you want to like touch a toe, see how it works, and then jump on, no problem.
How do you do this?
How do I make this all work?
Yeah.
Oh, just a little bit of artificing, you just get everything kind of set up. You like cast a little spell on the pipes. As long as it's low level over time, I don't get too exhausted by the end of the day.
That's pretty cool. Normally,
I
I think
this is a little bit of control water,
You're way more powerful than Lester. Cool. All right, I'm getting in.
Of course. Enjoy yourself.
And I do.
Trigger, you feel this like blast of steam come in, loosening up some of the dirt and grime around you. For the first time, you see the color of your fingernails that isn't just like dirt. Apparently, it is just like a subtle blue. Who knew? You haven't seen it for so long. And all those crusty areas on your knees and elbows, the ashiness begins to soften up and is scrubbed away by water.
Sweet sirens, that's not supposed to go there. Trigger experiences a bidet for the first time.
Trigger experiences a bidet for the first time. Naomi comes back out, Kachi, very shortly after disappearing with Trigger, and gives like a wave to you, Kachi. Just like, everything's okay.
No worries. I know you take good care of them.
Oh, of course. If you do want to go back, just feel free. And continues working on Europa. As sort of more time begins to press on.
Can I also, if I see Akis walking by again, I'll message Akis 11:30. It's when they come
nice.
in.
You see Akis walk by, so you pass this message along. Let's say the shop probably opens at like 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So the big rush of people kind of coming in. Kachi, as you see people kind of milling about. Akis, how long are you trying to post up outside somewhere, or are you waiting for something to come inside?
I kind of imagine I'm walking around the blocks. I kind of wanted to also see on the outside if there was like an employee entrance or something like that, like if there was like a back way that they were gonna go in. But after hearing an arrival time, that eliminates that. So I'm just gonna wander for a bit, be seen in this area, and greet randoms as time goes by. But I'm just be like, hello. But I hello. Hello.
Give me a performance check.
21.
Nice. You greet some people. You get a few looks. Some people in the area kind of like give you a sideways glance, but then just kind of give you like a wave, like, yeah, sure. Hey, what's up? Good morning. But no one seems confused or put off. It seems that no one that you're running into has a deep knowledge of Akis Barley enough to know that anything is off.
That's kind of what I honestly decided. Depending on how long I can mill that for, I would eventually like to go into the store before.
I would say with that, if there's anything that like Kachi is waiting for, about the time that you're waiting, Gwyn triggers first wave of treatment is finishing up. Europa's hair has been retwisted and she has it kind of back into her headscarf. Naomi hands her like a few like little like poultices and things to like just like treat her scalp and things, seeing how dry it was for being locked in prison.
I feel like for the sorry, keep going.
I was gonna say, and like Europa finishes up and kind of like stands up. Hey, thanks a lot, and kind of like shakes Naomi's hand, gives her a look, and just kind of looks around the place like, what do I do now? Like looking at like trying to like, Koch, what do I do? Do I door table?
I'll message her. Table, come sit down.
Okay, cool. And like out loud, just gonna come sit down.
I feel like during that time of the first process, and like even with Europa, I'll like be like, great to see. I love the braids and everything. They look great. And like message better. Like act natural. We're just gonna like just people watch, comment. Oh, I think they look like a cute couple over there. I'm sure they. He's probably a businessman. She's probably really making the big bucks, but he doesn't want to be emasculated. Really just trying to like see who's coming and going.
Yeah, go ahead and give
in
me
shop and
a
outside.
Perception check. And I'll say you can have advantage as Europa is filling this other side of this charade. As Naomi comes and collects you, Trigger kind of knocks on the door. Is it okay if I come in? Is everyone you ready for the rest of your service, Trigger?
Oh yeah, I forgot there was more. Sorry. Have you ever just like kind of stared off into nothingness and thought this is life? I just had that for 45 solid minutes.
That's sort of the beauty of this place, Trigger. And you look great. You smell even better. Let's get those nails taken care of. You feeling the color today, or just sort of a sharpening?
I don't know. What do you think goes with my natural undertones?
Naomi kind of looks back and forth. You got some blues there. You got some blues.
I am entirely blue.
I was making the recommendation. You got a little bit of green. You got some green undertones on the cheeks there. If you wanted to go for a green or for a purple, would complement it nicely. Say one of those two.
Can I do mostly green with purple pinkies?
Of course. I can do that for you. Or do you want to do like an ombre from like green to purple in some of them to have?
No, I just want a straight up Coke nail.
You want to? Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The liberties this kid is being given. If a kid went into a salon and be like, I want a Coke nail. Green to purple. Give them to me.
I want the Coke nails to be purple.
I have certain needs, okay?
Naomi's cool.
What goes with my undertone? I want purple for a Coke nail.
And then Naomi leads you back out into the main lobby and sits you down like a chair next to Europa and begins to pulls up a stool and kind of goes to town. As Kachi and Europa keep an eye on the clientele. What you got, Kachi?
I got a 10 and a 19 for perception 22.
Nice. You definitely don't notice anyone come in blue clothes. First and foremost, no one kind of comes in being that obvious. But with that, there's a few people that kind of mill about. Maybe you recognize a face or two from when you guys were at the docks before you signed up with Bubble and Stila to help Weedy. But as you kind of notice things, you see people come and go. But there is a figure who comes in, gets a drink, sits down, doesn't touch the drink, and hasn't gotten up. Probably came in shortly after you, sat down, and hasn't left yet. This figure looks to have almost a leather kind of armor, wearing you can't see their face. It is a blue hood with this not the same color blue. It's a sky blue hood, with this metal face mask on their face, and you see a walking stick that's kind of stuck in the back of their chair, as they just kind of fingers interlaced on the table, looking just kind of like at like the rest of the clients here.
Okay, so the way I kind of see Europa and I positioned is they've got like a cute countertop that's like window pane that can be opened for the summer. They've got like a little bar. We're here. Is he behind us? Is he like on the other side, like really close by on the other side of the thing?
I would say with a DC check that you got, this person chose a table that has a view of the door. Like they have their back to a wall and a vantage point, almost like kind of like what maybe you did when you kind of came in. They just did the same thing on the opposite side of the place.
Yep. I'll sip said tea. They're like, I really can't wait to see what happens. Like, when we all get off this island. Hey, what about you? You've been in it for a little bit. What do you think? You think there's any hope of us getting off this island?
Kind of like looking over at this figure, they kind of like take it back, and like this like mask kind of turns in your direction. I don't see. I feel my end will be here if I'm lucky. This like. It is like the creaky voice of, you get the sense the person behind this mask is of a fairly advanced age. There's like shaky quality. There's a strength behind it, but like the vocal cords are very dried and seemingly they haven't used them for a while. I don't, not something I consider. You must be new here.
You got me. I'm trying to be more personable, really trying to go after my son. He's a little scampy. Hey, why don't we go over? And I'll like message into Europa, make sure he can't see the door. As I sit like
Europa
corner,
being like this a much bigger frame than you, kind of sits across from this figure. Plops herself between the masked individual and the door.
How you doing? My name's Hoochie. This is my cousin. Her name's Yuri. That's it. Just Yuri. Wonderful to meet you. Yeah. We are new to the island. A boat came in the other day. Terrible storm. I think there was a kraken at one point. Crazy. Who would have guessed it?
Yes. Word around the cove is a few of the new visitors are strong indeed.
Strong? I didn't know about that. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, been going around. We're just trying to make a life now. This is the only thing we know. Might as well just make a life. But it'd be great to go, see the world again.
Well, perhaps you should be curse breakers. They often have the highest hope of getting out.
Whoa, curse breakers. I don't know about them. What are they?
They do what they can to right the wrongs of Curse Cove. My partner and I used to be curse breakers. I don't. These younger teams. I haven't seen one recently with the aspiration, belief that I think could get us all out of here.
Damn. You must have seen a lot in your time here. I mean, when you said that, you think your end is here. I was hoping you meant like on the island, like not in the shop. You're strong and strapping. You got a little mask, but
I suppose we'll see if my end is meant to be here, I'll go down with a sword in hand, the way I was meant to.
Akis Barley enters, cat behind the counter. Jan T kind of gives you a wave, welcoming you to the establishment. As Akis is in view, Kachi, you can download Akis as you approach the counter. You see the specials for the day: Pres-Tea-Digitation, but there's also like more calming teas, more almost like a what is like essentially a coffee or a caffeine boost or something.
Is this where the Tiamat challenge is? The Tiamat challenge?
Whiskers
All
behind
the
the
different
counter.
bags, or am I too late? Did I miss the special?
You are early. The Diamond Challenge is only after 5 p.m.
Oh.
But if you would like, I can sign you up. And we can get you prepared if you'd like to go.
Yes. But I would like the Pres-Tea-Digitation. What is
Of course. 5 silver for the drink. I'll let you know that with any spa package, a drink is included. If you are interested in haircut or color, a spa treatment of any kind.
Do you have a restroom I can use?
Of course, for customers, yes. So 5 silver, and I can give you the key.
I will pay the 5 silver.
Of course, here is the key.
And Whiskers bats the key towards you on off the counter and points you toward
it is straight through the back. Go. Just continue straight through that door, and you will dead end into it.
Okay, and I will head that way. Do I see Naomi, or do I see any other?
Naomi is like there with Trigger. Like is like has like pulled up a stool, has like a wooden post for Trigger to like put his hand on to minimize how much she has to touch him in order to do this. Then you definitely see Kachi and Europa sitting with this masked individual.
That's crazy. They're just like sitting at the table. So I'll be like, as I walk by that table, like big eyes, just like.
Oh, hey, Akis, how's it going? This is our new. Oh, I did not get your name. Neighbor. This is Akis. Akis, this is.
Akis Barley, nice to meet you, middleman.
Yes. Hemlock Flourish. Pleasure to meet you.
Well, don't want one of those, do we? It'd be night and day for me if I had a hemlock flurry.
I can't believe Lin-Manuel Miranda from Mary Poppins Returns is in this salon right now.
I'm a lamplighter. Mary Poppins is I live and breathe.
In the spirit of playful jibes, I have my fair share of aches as well.
I have really bad breath. Barley.
Sure.
Right? Oh, beer. I gotta go to the bathroom. It'll be nice to meet you.
Akis, what a neighbor. Let me tell you, you think you know somebody, and then poof, your book is gone. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. One hell of a neighbor. Got to get him over for more potlucks next time. Maybe you and your partner can come over for a potluck.
You see, like their head kind of drops down a bit.
I don't know if that's very kind. If things go my way, I'll see them soon.
Oh, I mean, are they getting a blowout? I heard that's a new thing these days. Getting bangs and a blowout. I don't know if that would be a good combo, but
give me a persuasion check.
Every single thing you've said in the past 5 minutes has been wrong. I'm screaming.
You're like, who's got a good deception? It doesn't matter. I'll talk to you.
It doesn't matter. Let me just say any and everything to this man.
I don't want him to get confused.
We could case the joint, or we could tell him where we live. It's your choice.
We're new in town. We live in that giant mansion on the hill.
I never said where we live. We were
neighbors.
Angus has other neighbors, surely.
On the other side.
Okay, so we said a persuasion.
Yes.
Right.
Screw both of you, because it's 23.
You're gonna crush it. You're crushing this.
You're doing amazing. Europa is just sitting there.
I was desperate to get inside so I could hide again, I guess.
As this conversation happens, we'll cycle back to that well rolled persuasion check. Naomi finishes up your nails trigger. Kind of like files the last one to the purple. It's like, okay, so I added some epoxy there, so it's nice and long. This should be more durable for you that way. How's it feel? Can you give it a little bend? Make sure it's not going to break.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous about it when it comes to water, though. Am I allowed to go check out that steam room one more time? I promise I'll be out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, of course. I don't think no one's lined up to use it yet.
I'm going to go test in the water. And I'm going to run back, and if I can, I'm going to slip into the group chamber instead.
Ooh, give me a stealth check.
That is a 25.
Nice. You duck back there. Akis Barley, in quotations. You are kind of back in the bathroom area. You step back. You see that there's like numbered kind of like rooms on either side of you. Is there anything that you are instinctively trying to do back here other than just make a cover?
Okay. How open is the floor? Like, is Naomi easily spotted by everyone? Like, can everyone see her? Oh.
Everyone in like the front of the shop can. It's fairly open.
All right.
But you see that there's like bells on like each of the doors, as if someone needed her, they could like ring it.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna stay true to character. I'm gonna wait a second. I'm fully taking up this bathroom, but I am like unlocking the door and like.
Kachi, here at the front with Hemlock, you've brought up their partner. I may have not been clear. My partner is no longer with us, Kachi.
Sorry, who? I'm Hoochie.
Oh, Hoochie, yes.
I was like, do you know?
My partner is no longer with us, Hoochie.
Oh my god, I did not. I'm so sorry.
No, they went. They were a valiant, unparalleled duelist. They fell with sword in hand. I hope to join them in that regard.
Well, you know, if you're still one of them curse breakers, I'm sure you'll get to it if that's how you wish to. Wow. You know, Yuri, I'm always bad at these things. I never know what the right thing to say is.
I think, just thanks for sharing that with us, Hemlock. Having people you can count on is rare. I mimicked Kachi a little bit. Having people you can count on is rare.
Mm-hmm.
And Yuri kind of like claps a hand on Kachi's tiny shoulder. Like, yeah.
Well, if you ever need, someone to confide in, maybe we can have Tea Tuesdays here at the Fang, Claw, and Talon. Nope, that's not the name of it. It is the Fur, Scale, and Claw Salon.
That's what it is.
Fur, hair, and scale.
Oh, I wrote
Or hair and
face
scale.
scale.
I every time I wrote it, I had it like different in my OneNote that I had it in my notebook too. So that's like the one I just like decided on. Was like, okay, this is what I'm going to go off. Kachi and Europa, go ahead and give me perception checks to kind of read the room.
Oh, use this one. Another perception. Hello. Ooh, wow! Oh my god. Not in that 20, but a 19 or a 22.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
rolling,
Okay.
like fire today.
As you offer up this like offer of like Tea Tuesdays, it's hard to. It is impossible to read Hemlock's expression. They have not picked up their tea. They have not removed their mask. It is just black voids behind these glasses, behind these like eye holes. But you, with that, you detect that like Hemlock isn't watching you. As the door opens and a dwarf walks in, you see a fairly clumsy-ish dwarf kind of like pushes the door open a little too strong. Two like mohawks going down his head as he kind of stumbles in and like goes over and like says something to Whiskers, like leans over the counter to say something to Whisker, and then heads for the back room.
Can I accidentally knock both teas into Hemlock's lap? And then, like, oh my god, I am so sorry. Dwarf coming in. Let me clean that up, please. Whisker, do you have anything? Do we have towels? I mean, you're at a hair salon, so maybe you've got towels. Incoming dwarf.
Naomi is finished up with Trigger and kind of sees this happen. Like, oh Trigger, you mind going to your dad there? I'll bring him some towels. Don't worry, it happens all the time.
I had snuck back into the room.
Oh, that's right, you're there. So Naomi has finished up with that and is just like Naomi pops up out of nowhere. Kachi. Oh yeah, no sweat. Don't worry. Trigger
thank you
just
so
ducked
much.
back in. He wanted to try the new nails in the water. It happens all the time. So if you want to, we'll give him a bit to play around until someone else needs it. If that's okay.
Perfect. Yeah. Amazing. Hemlock. What can I say? I'm a klutz. What can I say? Let me just pat you off there. Getting you a little bit more dry. Do we have a hair dryer? Oh, I'm sure a hair dryer would fix this right up.
Gotcha.
Even Europa, I'll be like, go check on Trigger.
Nice. Okay, cool. You are providing enough of a distraction that Europa is able to duck back into the back room. Relaying this, the dwarf appears into the. Actually, it's very close. Check one. Okay. Trigger. The door to this larger steam room opens up, and you see a dwarf walk in. As they kind of walk in, they kind of like peek around the room, but you manage to duck into like the shadowy corner, kind of like covering yourself in like towels.
Yeah, I think I've cranked the steam as high as possible. And definitely got into a corner. There's some towels. Yeah, I don't know what the water. Yeah, what is this? What is the group's scenario situation? Is it a sauna? Is it a spa?
It's like a steam room. There's
it's a steam room. Okay.
Bonfire in the center of the room.
Are there? Is it wooden? Is it like wooden slats kind of steam room?
Oh yeah.
Is it benches? Is there the possibility of being under some benches?
So like you like pop one of the lids. It's like a hidden like storage compartment. So you can pop in there if you'd like to play.
And and I'll cover myself with the towels, and I'll cover myself in there like I'm a towel storage space.
Nice. Yeah, you duck into there as you see like through the slats. This dwarf kind of walks past. Akis, you're kind of hiding back there to an extent. Go ahead and give me a perception check if you're kind of keeping an eye out. I'd say do it with advantage if Kachi, because Kachi had a moment to relay this message.
Yes. Okay. Perception, not great. 10. But I have a plan.
Nice. You kind of like in the restroom, like the door kind of cracked, and you're just like washing your hands over and over again.
Yeah, I heard someone walk by, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I would. There were single rooms with alarms in this.
Like bells.
I would like to ideally go in one that's open if possible.
Yeah.
And like ding the alarm as much as possible. And once I'm in the room, I want to drop Akis and pick up Naomi.
Okay. Yeah, you.
I'm calling for Naomi, right? But I want to be Naomi also.
Okay. So that is what happens here. Basically, as the dwarf walks in, Trigger, you see him. He does not see you. So he sits down, and you see him like disrobe and pull out like this blue cloak and kind of set it on his lap. But with the steam already going, he just kind of like uses it almost like a towel or a robe, just taking in the sauna for now. As Akis rings this bell, switches to Naomi. Naomi gives you towels, Kachi. Oh yeah. So here's the dryer here. Go ahead and I'll plug it in for you. Oh,
amazing.
Seems like someone needs me. I'll go check on anything. If any of you three you spilled your drinks, Whisker will take care of them free of charge. I'll be back in a second to check on everybody. So sorry about that.
No, of course. It's all on me. I'm sorry. Hemlock, like I said, Tea Tuesdays.
Then leave Whisker a tip then.
Oh, you got it. Hemlock, Tea Tuesday. Let me get you a new tea anytime.
Nice. Naomi ducks back. Hemlock kind of like stands up, like walks with you, seemingly unfazed, grabs their kind of like walking stick.
Yes, no need for the hairdryer. Perhaps I'll just go wash it in the bathroom.
No, of course, yeah.
I appreciate your instinct to help.
I try to do what I can, And I hope everything's going to be okay.
Yes, I do as well. I don't do this often. It was nice.
Maybe you should try more. That's all I'm saying.
Hemlock walks to the back as well. As Naomi meets Naomi, kind of opens the door. Knocks. Kind of. Trigger, is that you? You okay in there?
I'm gonna. If this is the door and it opens in, I want to do like this, so the door just like.
Of course, Trigger. Did you have trouble shutting it off or something? I told you to step off that circle and it should kick off there. You okay?
No, but can you come in?
Yeah, of course. I got you back, little guy. Need something?
Boom! Close the door. I'm gonna say, your lunch break starts early. You make a sound, Whisker will die. Stay in this room. Don't come out till I come back and get you.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh my god.
Natural 20.
Shut up!
Shut up. For a 28.
Oh my gosh.
And you're who right now? Are you Akis
Naomi.
right now?
I'm Naomi.
You're
Naomi.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Oh,
terrifying, right?
shit.
The only thing
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll take a little spa break.
Take a spa break. And I'd leave the room as Naomi. Can give me keys. Give me the keys. Give me the keys.
We do 28. Naomi pulls out the keys.
Which one's this room?
Which one's this room? This key's all the singles. This one is the 2 doubles. This one is my office.
Lovely place. You have a lovely place. I'm not stealing from you. It's like Clue with the cop. It's like, you're fine. Lock you in the room.
If we come back and she's dead, I'm blaming you.
And I'm gonna go out into the main floor where Kachi is and all of them, and I'm walking out there. Whisker, could you brew up a big pot of Pres-Tea-Digitation?
Give me a performance check.
$15.
Oh no.
I will run the cafe. You run the salon. We are fine. The rush will hit. It is rush time. I prepare. We'll go through one and a half percolator stops. We talked about this. I know you created me. Trust me.
I go in the back. I don't say anything else.
As the charade is happening, Kachi and Europa are out in front. Trigger, give me a perception check.
Oh, well, that's not very good at all. That's a natural 1.
Holy shit.
The steam is very...
Positioned where you are, it is hard to get a good vantage of the room, but you hear the door open up into this room. And you hear the dwarf kind of perks up. What are you doing? And you hear kind of like a muffled sound kind of come from the room, unable to sort of hear or press against. You are someone who's presumably being on the quiet side. But you hear, what you do kind of pick out from this, you hear the slash of steel and the grunt of a dwarf and a loud thud in the room.
That's not what I thought was about.
This is cool.
As you, from your hiding place, you kind of hear this kind of happening, and then there's a beat for a moment of quiet, as presumably you hear almost like footsteps, very very light footsteps, as the door swings and then closes once again.
So I bump into this person on the way back?
I'm waiting for you to say this is where we take our break, right? But if not, I'm going to perk up and I'm going to act.
In the salon area, Naomi continues is seemingly standing in the middle of the salon, not knowing which direction to go in. You feel a hand on your shoulder, Naomi, as this masked figure. Pardon me. And kind of as Hemlock returns and kind of adjusts you to the side as they go and sit down with Kachi and Yuri, Hootsie and Yuri once again. And that's where we'll take our break for tonight. Or at least we'll take our break for a bit. We'll be back soon.
Did everyone else expect the walking stick to be a blade that he was going to decapitate a dwarf with?
We don't know he's decapitated. He might still have a head.